This is the TJ Show, and I think before the end of the hour, we're going to have a representative from PETA on our show. I was quite shocked. They sent us an email. They were very impressed with Kenny, because you may remember, and this was a little while back, our listener, B-Boy Logic, who's become a friend of the show. He's a really nice guy, very funny. He mentioned the phrase, killing two birds with one stone. And you might remember Kenny corrected him and said, I prefer
to feed two birds with one scone.
So, he said that. And somehow word got around to PETA that Kenny used that phrase on the air.
Yeah.
Well, they were so impressed with him, they wanted to give you a gift for it.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, we wind up setting up an interview. And I know I've talked to PETA on the radio before, and I've had really good conversations with them, because I think you assume you walk down the street, they're going to throw paint on you, if you're wearing a leather belt. And it's just not how they do business. And they seem to really care about animals. I mean, obviously they do. And they have a passion for this. Mm-hmm. And I even let my dogs know that PETA was going to be on the show today.
Oh, great.
And they had a few words to share. That's Frankie saying, whoa, because, it's a big deal in their world. Ooh.
It sounds like a, ooh, wow.
Yeah, ooh, because they love PETA. Animals love PETA. Now, that's my old dog, Luna. You can hear the difference in the bark. See, that's Frankie, younger bark. Luna.
A little bit of rasp to it.
Yeah, seen a few things. Frankie continues on. A little concern, actually, from both Frankie and Luna, because they were purchased from breeders. I'm not sure how PETA feels about that. I think they think PETA doesn't like them. Yeah, see, that's Frankie confirming. But they still love them.
No,
and so,
PETA loves all animals.
That's
they may
right.
have an opinion about you for buying from a breeder.
And then what was interesting is right in the middle of this conversation, a deer walks outside and they start growling at the deer. They're actually showing aggression towards another animal. That they don't like that at PETA. So after feeling all excited about PETA, they're growling at another animal. And that was the end of it. They're
maybe they're relaying the message.
To the deer.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Am I misinterpreting that? Let me listen again. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could go either way. I don't speak the language perfectly, but you're right. The deer would be very excited to know that we're talking to PETA.
Yes.
So, what's the guy's name who's coming on?
Jacob will be
Jacob from PETA, loves animals. I have a whole lot of questions for him. And then also, I think they want to do a mug presentation ceremony to Kenny for his use of lovely animal language.
Well, they're going to be sending a mug, and when that arrives, Jacob is more than willing to call back to present the mug to me.
Okay.
Well, when they present the mug to Kenny, maybe Kenny can share his recipe for lamb stew that he loves to make for everyone.
Oh, yeah. Did you
And
mention
those
that?
chicken tacos you made.
Yeah, did you mention that you brought that in for us?
It's not about that. It's
Of all
about
the
being
animals you could have
kind
cooked.
to animals.
And the double bacon cheeseburgers you love to eat.
Yeah, okay. We'll get to PETA. Hopefully they're not listening right now. This is the TJ Show. This is the TJ Show, and the moment is here. An official representative from PETA. All because of Kenny.
That's right.
And he didn't get us in trouble. Jacob from PETA, is that really you?
This is really me, yes, and we are for sure celebrating Kenny for using one of the best phrases of all time, feed two birds with one scone. So I'm really excited to be on, guys.
Kenny has been celebrating the fact that he's being celebrated. You know he loves it, Jacob.
Yes, he does. He loves to be celebrated.
This might be one of the greatest honors of my life. Well, I kid you not.
The quick recap is Kenny used the phrase on the radio, and rather than saying, sorry to say this, Jacob, kill two birds with one stone, he said feed two birds with one scone, which you put out these idiom phrases, like new ways to say these classic phrases many, many years ago, and seemingly it has caught on because Kenny just used it in casual conversation.
It really has, and I can't tell you the number of times we hear from people who are watching a show, who are watching TV, who are just out with friends, and they hear someone use one of these animal-friendly idioms, and it's just yet another sign of how far we've come in our thinking about other species. It's wonderful, because when you think about the idea of everybody loves birds. Why wouldn't we want to feed two birds with one scone rather
It's fun
than
to feed a bird.
hurt two birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, those scones are pretty dry, so that bird might need some water after he eats a scone.
But PeTA's there to help the birds if they start choking. I'm sure they've got a solution for that. Jacob, in the past, I would have been nervous talking to you because you assume a lot about PeTA, and I know people assume all kinds of things about you. But I remember I interviewed one of your representatives. It has to be 20 years ago now. And I remember being on this call, and I had this whole list of questions ready to go about, like, why are you throwing paint on people? And, all this crazy stuff that you guys have sort of been stereotyped to be. And I remember leaving that phone call thinking, wow, that was like a real down-to-earth conversation. These are not people that are trying to be a problem. They love animals. And sometimes you do these maybe outrageous things to capture people's attention, but that's what you're doing. You're capturing people's attention so that it raises awareness about these beautiful creatures. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. Yeah, and just to give some context for listeners who may not be familiar with PETA, PETA stands for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and we're the largest animal rights organization in the world. We have more than 10.4 million members and supporters globally, and we were founded here in the U.S. in 1980 with the goal of establishing and defending the rights of all animals. And really what that comes down to is protecting animals of all species from the violence and abuse they experience in all manner of industries, whether that's the food industry, the clothing industry, the entertainment industry, and laboratory experiments. Like you mentioned, we're just always finding new ways to direct people's attention not only towards the ways that animals are being harmed, but also the ways that all of us can help protect them from being harmed.
Yeah, and that's really well said, Jacob. So thank you for that, because I do think I certainly had a lot of assumptions about what you guys do. And so we've got more with Jacob from the PETA coming up a few moments away on the TJ Show.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
Jacob, are you still there?
I am, yes, and drinking out of my favorite Rats Have Rights mug.
Rats have rights. I'm a big fan of rats, Jacob. I bet if you and I were sitting around a dinner table, we'd have a good conversation about rats. I like them. I think they get a bad reputation.
Oh, they are just the most humble, amazing beings. I mean, the whole rodent family. You probably know this already, but male mice actually woo their partners with these high-pitched love songs, and rats have displayed time and time again that they can actually act in altruistic ways. They will put themselves in harm's way, if it will protect another rat they know from being harmed. They're just really darling little beings.
Well, when I was working in Tribeca in New York City, I'll never forget the day. I don't even know if it was a rat. I know it was a rat, but it was the size of something larger than a rat because, they do all kinds of things to get their pizza. He jumped right over my legs just because it was hilarious. It scared me. I was like, ooh.
On a comedy show for you.
Yeah, he got exactly what he wanted out of me.
Circus.
It was great. I was very careful. I never wore open-toed shoes from that point forward. They changed my life. Rats changed my life. It was amazing. So, question for you. We got your email. One of your colleagues, Wes, reached out, and they were the ones who heard Kenny use the phrase,
feed two birds with one scone.
And they were celebrating him, saying he did such a great job. I am so curious. How did you guys hear that on our show? Are you listening on the radio somewhere? Where do you catch that?
So the TJ Show actually came on our radar. I know you guys have mentioned PETA a handful of times.
Interesting.
We also have people who listen to the show. The Animal Friendly Idiom Project has really been fantastic because, just as an example, there's the horrible phrase, beat a dead horse. And most people don't really realize what's implicit in that phrase is that the problem is that you're beating a dead horse, not that you're beating a horse, right? When you say beat a dead horse, the thing that you're pointing out, it's unnecessary to beat them when they're already dead. And what we're saying is, why beat a horse at all? Horses are these incredible beings who have, their own perspectives and lives and personalities. Like, there's no reason violence towards animals needs to be a part of this phrase. So
By the way, you'd be very proud of me. I don't know if you have a mug for me. I took a picture with a horse and put my head right next to it over the weekend, just so you know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So you know, no one should be beating a horse.
Yeah, they should
So we
be
can
friends
say
with the
it.
horse.
I snuggled a horse over the weekend.
Exactly.
You feed a fed horse.
Right, there you
I
go,
know
Ken.
all of these idioms,
Exactly.
Jacob. I'm on top of it.
You really do.
Okay, well, Jacob, listen. Kenny very happily accepts the mug
Yes.
present that you want to send him, the feed two birds with one scone. So I know you guys are sending him the mug. Would you like to do like a mug presentation ceremony when he receives it? Or are you available for that? Do you have time in your busy day?
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yes, we can absolutely make that happen.
There you go.
We'll get the mugs over to you ASAP.
This is the TJ Show. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you so much, TJ and the whole gang. This was awesome.